tell you the truth, I didn't think I was going to make it here today, because I did a show at this Veterans Hospital with this girl singer. And she sang for an old soldier for over an hour. Then she said to him, I hope you get better. He said, you too. Now you don't work with girl singers anymore. I work jobs. It's all rock groups. And a lot of them come in from England, you notice. They come in from Liverpool, Manchester, London, and they get out there and they go, right on, nitty gritty, jump on, damn, city, damn. Then they go, thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here. Thank you. Perhaps you should like to hear another number. Jota, jam, jota. And then the kids say to them, rock group, they give you those secret handshakes for an hour and a half. Right on, what is happening? Do your thing. Get it together. I don't know what that means. You ever see Dick Clark, a Soul Train? The kids don't dance together today. Because they got birth control pills. They know what they're going to do later. Right? They don't care. They're cool. Hey, I'll catch you in the camper. When I was a kid, we danced close. You know why? That's all you got. And now it's all movies, sex, violence. I like the pictures with happy endings. They got sex pictures. When I was a kid, you weren't allowed to see sex. Kids see sex today. When I was a kid, if there was a couple making love, they would take the camera off the bed and show you the drape blowing against the window. And me and my dopey brother would sit there and look at the drape and go, there they go. We'd go on a windy day, look at the shade and go bananas. There was a hurricane, my mother tied me to the bed. In disaster movies, I had enough of them to last me a lifetime. Do you ever notice in disaster movies, the minute a guy says, this is my wife at 50 years, gets washed overboard. The minute he's on a plane and shows you pictures of a pregnant wife, he gets blown off the aeroplane. Towering inferno, a woman saves a cat and 2 kids, gets blown off the building. If I was in a picture like that, if a dog came over, I'd kick him and tell him I want to live. And I don't relate to The Exorcist because it was like an average day in my house. The bed shook, dishes were flying, and we all threw up. Believe me, if the devil was in my house, my mother's pot roast would have taken him through the window. I'm telling you the truth. The truth. And where are the good pictures? Why do you think John Wayne's a great star for all these years? Because he was the marshal. He was always the marshal. When I was a kid, he was the marshal. And I remember those old pictures. John Wayne was the marshal and was an old veteran character actor called Gabby Hayes. Was always the old miner who got shot. Nobody understood a word the man ever said. John Wayne would go to him, who shot you, old timer? He'd go, sideways! You knees, please, damn cave. Who's damn his old damn cave? And he'd make a mistake of saying, what were their names? Two being damn so damn. And he'd go after him. After who? After cool damn. Walter Bennett, the same thing, was the star for 50 years. Nobody understood him. Imagine him in a picture with Gabby Hayes. There's your goddamn dodge. Where you won't tell your damn son. God, so damn. Where you paid your damn coat? You'd have to flash titles in American Picture. That's right, people are tired of those things. I want the old things back, nostalgia. Dick Powell singing, I'm singing in the rain, people dancing on cannons, happiness. Talking about nostalgia, this is a very nostalgic evening for me tonight. Being here with Redd Foxx. Of course, Redd and I go back to the early 60s. We were working in San Francisco. He was working at Basin Street. I was playing another little club. And I was in love with this girl. And I just lost my job. And I went to see Redd. I said, Redd, you know, I lost my job. I don't know if I should tell her. He says, tell her, she'll understand. And she lived on Grand Avenue above Chinatown. She lived on a very steep hill, if you know San Francisco, way at the top of the hill. And I went to see her and she said, I don't care if you lost your job. You're not my type. I don't want to see you anymore. She slammed the door in my face. I was never so dejected in my life. I got in this convertible car I had that leaked. And I'm going down the steep hill and I'm crying. And I'm going, God, bring her back to me, please, God. I'm going to die without her. I need it, God. And all of a sudden, I stepped on the brakes, and I had no brakes. And suddenly, I didn't give a damn about her anymore. That's right. I kept hitting those brakes to save my butt. It was like God saying to me, what do you want, the brakes or the broad? And they always tell you, if you want to have a lasting relationship with a girl, you got to give, you got to give. I give the girl gifts. I send flowers. They're very thoughtful. She never called me one time. Believe me, if you want to have a lasting relationship, you got to take. One day she wasn't home, I took a stereo and a television. And she called me every hour. Good night, thank you.